Hello, in this video we're going to go over the final part of the plankton and carbon dioxide activity. You should have already graphed the data, and now you are looking to analyze the data with some questions that are at the end of your assignment. So this is the assignment, and you've already answered these pre-questions and you've already graphed this data. So now we're going to look at some of these questions and help you get started on answering them. So let's get started on this. So plankton and CO2, hints on analysis questions. So question number 1, which organisms took in carbon dioxide in the following conditions? Circle or highlight all that apply. So which ones took in carbon dioxide? So here's our carbon dioxide levels. So the levels are going up according to this over here. So which ones took in carbon dioxide? So that means the levels will be going down, right? Well, the only one that where the levels are going down is this blue one, and that is the LED and the light. So the plants, the LED is a plant, and in the light it seems to be taking in carbon dioxide, which would make sense because plants take in carbon dioxide in the light and they give off oxygen. These other two, looks like the carbon dioxide levels are going up, and again that would be our brine shrimp and our brine shrimp, and it happens in the light and the dark, which makes sense because it doesn't matter if you're in the light or dark, an animal will give off carbon dioxide. Do question 2 on your own. Question 3. Which organisms produce oxygen in the following conditions? So we're looking at producing oxygen. So the numbers again, looking at our graph over here, the numbers would be going up. So that means producing oxygen, going down, taking it in, and the one that is producing oxygen is our blue, which is our LED and the light. Again, so plants in the light will make oxygen. If there is no light, they don't make any oxygen, and as we saw from our one back here with carbon dioxide, in the dark they don't suck in carbon dioxide either, so they don't produce oxygen, they don't produce they don't suck in carbon dioxide, so they don't do photosynthesis in the dark, which makes sense. You need light to do photosynthesis. And then our brine shrimps in the light and dark, they both suck in oxygen, which makes sense at night because animals don't depend on the sun to do cellular respiration. They put out carbon dioxide in the light or dark, and they suck in oxygen in the light or dark. So now you can do question 4 on your own. Question number 5. If brine shrimp and Elodea were in the same vial for 5 days, we have our brine shrimp, which is our animal, and we have our Elodea, which is our plant. So we have our animal and our plant in the same vial. So we put them together in the same vial for 5 days. So they're together in the same container for 5 days. That's light and dark. And we look at their carbon dioxide levels and their dissolved oxygen levels. We're going to infer some information from this. Okay, so highlight the best answer. So if you leave alone carbon dioxide levels alone for 5 days, what would happen to the carbon dioxide levels? So our brine shrimp, as you know, they would produce carbon dioxide and they would just come pumping it out. Well, the Elodea would be sucking in the carbon dioxide as it's pumping it out. So what do you think would happen over 5 days? Okay, and we're going to infer the best answer. Is it going to increase, decrease, or stay the same? Okay, now some people might say increase because we have them pumping it out at night and day. But if you remember from activity 6, or from week 6, the levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere go up and down, go up and down. Well, they're going down in the daytime because the plants are sucking in carbon dioxide, and they go up at the nighttime because these guys are pushing it in. But in the daytime, again, they're going down because the plants can suck in so much carbon dioxide. They way outnumber the amount of carbon dioxide that the animals are putting out. So relatively, it would probably just stay flat. They would stay the same. The amount of carbon dioxide put out by the animals would be sucked in by the plants, and it would stay the same. Let's go on to our next question. What would happen to the oxygen levels? Okay, so if we look at the oxygen levels, we have our plants, and they are pushing out dissolved oxygen. In the brine shrimp, in the light and the dark, they are sucking it in, right? So overall, it's just like our carbon dioxide. Even though these guys are sucking it in, light and dark, the plants put out so much dissolved oxygen that there's plenty for them to suck in. So overall, it would probably stay the same. Question 6. So what would happen to the CO2 and dissolved oxygen levels in the ocean if the number of animals increase? So if we have our CO2 and our dissolved oxygen levels, and we increase the number of animals, so we triple the number of animals that are going on. So we have not just one, we have triple the number of the dissolved oxygen animals if they're sucking dissolved oxygen, and they're putting out carbon dioxide. So you can go ahead and infer the answer to that. And then you're doing number 7 on your own. And finally, number 8. Which organisms made the pH increase in the following conditions? Highlight or circle all that apply. So here's our pH numbers. So they're going up here, and they're going down here. Right? So if it's going this way, it's more acidic. If the pH is going up, it's more basic. So the animals that made the pH increase, so it has to be whichever ones made the pH go up this way. So you can look at your chart here, and you can look down here and figure out which one does that. Let's move on to question number 9, which you are doing 9 and 10 on your own, again based on your pH graph. If you have any additional questions, please talk to your science teacher.